again, Donald Trump supports torture, so...
He does. All right.
Fucking manatee shows up.
Well, it's not going to show up, don't worry.
Yeah, it's not coming.
It's not coming.
Oh, you son of a bitch, Ben. You rat fink bastard. That last video was one of the worst things that I've watched on the show. That was one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started to sweat a little bit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, my palms got damp looking at it.
Yeah, I was like, oh. All right.
Ugh.
First video on the Crazy People segment.
Hey guys, what's up? Josh Feurerstein here. Look, I talk to a lot of people sometimes who say that they can't believe in God because they can't see him, because he's quote-unquote invisible. And they say that if they can't see him, then it's not proven, then it's not scientific. But what if I told you that science, even outside of all of the design and such, actually proves that there is a God? Think about this. You know, the Bible says that God is light, that he lives in a city of light, heaven is light, angels are light, everything operates in a wavelength of light. The Bible says he cloaks himself, or he hides within light. Now here's the deal. The human eye is only able to comprehend between 200 and 700 nanometers on this long spectrum of light. So that means that you and I can only see whatever is in that particularly little parameter in the parentheses. Now, it doesn't mean that what's outside of it doesn't exist, the same way that you and I aren't able to see channel 12 as it floats by our head, but it's picked up by our
Josh,
oh my God.
I hate to
equals
tell
MC
you,
square proves God, huh?
I hate to tell you, Josh, the reason we know about the other spectrum of light that we can't perceive with human eyes is because we've scientifically tested it. See, that's the difference between light outside the spectrum of human vision and God. Where's the scientific test that proves God?
Yeah, I mean, like, even though we can't see light on that spectrum, we can still measure its presence, so...
Yeah, there's evidence that it exists.
Yeah, I mean, you have no evidence that proves the existence of God. Oh, I'm sorry, E equals MC squared proves
television
it.
and translated into a light form that you and I are then able to comprehend. But it's all around us, and yet it's invisible. So just because God's invisible doesn't mean that he doesn't exist. Now, if God is light, look at what Albert Einstein says. E equals mc squared, which means that energy equals the mass times the constant of the speed of light. Meaning, if I pick up an object and throw it at 186,000 miles per second, that mass now becomes energy. Now, what do we know about energy? Is that traveling at the speed of light, it does not age.
That's true. Well, I don't know if it doesn't age necessarily, but yeah, it is instantaneous from the perspective of the photon.
It's another example of Josh just cherry picking the Bible. He finds a couple of quotes from the Bible that refer to God and light, and he's like, "Yep, well there it is, scientific proof that God is light and light is real."
How God can exist without aging? Is
he really saying that light is God?
In a way, yeah.
Well, he's saying God is light, yeah. So light would then, therefore, you know...
So when I turn on a fucking light bulb, that's like God coming out. So I can harness the power of God. That's pretty interesting. You wouldn't think he would allow me to do that.
On my present and...
I mean, I guess I'm really not an atheist then, because I do believe in light.
Yeah.
You're a lightist,
Josh's answer to why science has already proved God is to claim that something that science already understands is God. Fucking bravo, Josh. That's a great argument, dude. That's great. Yeah.
If God is light, then how come God adheres to such like strict properties and shit? Why is he so measurable? Why is his behavior predictable? Why is there no evidence that it's sentient?
I'm sorry, actually, that goes outside Josh's narrative, so you're just lying.
Oh, sorry. Because if God was light, you'd figure that light would just follow God's will and not, just be subject to the laws of physics. He is cloaked in light, TJ. He is cloaked in light. Okay. Cloaked in light, sure. So am I if I turn on a fucking light bulb or fucking even just go to a fucking
TJ, E equals MC squared proves God.
Omniscient. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. And he's hiding, cloaking himself in light. Therefore, you and I are not able to comprehend him or see it until, look at what Jesus does. When Jesus comes, the disciples look at him and say, hey, when are you going to show us the Father? He says, have you...
Here's the problem, is that even if that's true and God's beyond our perception, Supposedly he created all of us in his image. Why can't he just reveal himself to us then? What's stopping him?
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing stopping him in the Bible. I mean, he reveals himself to people all the fucking time. Why'd he just stop? You know, God had no trouble proving he existed back then. He was willing to fucking part seas and do all kinds of crazy shit.
He makes this enormously clickbaity title, E = MC² proves God, and he spends the balance of this video quoting from the fucking Bible. He's about to talk about what Jesus done said. Why would that matter if we're talking about proof for God?
He's coming back to it, Paul.
Oh, okay.
Been with me so long and don't realize it's me. If you have seen me, you have seen the Father. Why? Because I am the light of this world. What he was saying is this, is I am the translated God in flesh that you can now look at me and comprehend light. He was God parenthesized within human flesh so that we could comprehend him because man was not able to comprehend God. So anytime we want to look at God,
gone, even if he existed, is long fucking gone. So what does that prove to us now?
You realize that like light as used in these contexts is like a metaphor, right?
He's an idiot.
He's not talking about literal light.
Josh is
It's allegorical, you fucking simpering twat.
Oh, remember, TJ, click and share.
Oh yeah, of course. I will. We've already shared it.
At least at the end of the video, he always really shows you his real motivation, which is to make more money and to get people to share his shit.
Make me more famous than I should fucking be. Let me go on CNN and defend the ridiculous proposition that Starbucks is anti-Christmas.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What was that?